Pickaxe.
Join us at patreon.com/castparty for a whole plethora of exclusive goodies. 5-day early access to every Cast Party episode, including Nocturne, ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive bonus monthly one-shots, access to our community Discord, where our community plays D&D games together, has game nights, and hosts so much more, all for less than the price of a single cup of coffee per month. Aren't convinced? Try out a free trial. 7 days free to check out the content that we offer only exclusively on our Patreon. Patreon.com/castparty. Support your favorite D&D podcast, all while getting some awesome perks. Patreon.com/castparty. See you there, casting crew.
Welcome, cast and crew, back to Nocturne, a Curse of Strahd tale. My name is Ryan McManus, and I will be your director for today. You can find me running the Cast Party socials at Cast Party D&D or on my personals at Ryan.McManus, and I am joined today by my lovely little piggies. We have Vince.
Hi, I'm the biggest piggy of the group. My name is Vince Perino. I am playing Theren, the man of hope, seeking retribution. You could find me at all my socials at Dr. Stoice. It's like Blastoise without the blat.
We have Christian.
Hey gang, it's me, the pig that built the straw house, and I'll be playing Enzo, a big guy with a cat wife. And you can't find me on any of my socials because I don't have any anymore. But check your attic, I might be hiding out up there.
He is. I found him in mine the other day, so you might want to check.
It was fun though, we played games.
Get an exterminator if you need to.
Wow, okay, never mind. I thought we had fun.
We got May.
Hi, I'm May, and I'm the sassiest pig. And I'm playing Zielle, who is here to slay the big bad wolf and just slay in general. And I'm May LaFay on social media. And I killed Ryan.
I don't know how to drink water. Back for his 21st intro, we have Jose.
Wow! Hi, everyone. My name is Jose. I am the Alizzato dress-themed roleplay piggy. Just picture a really cool piggy with long red hair and a red beard and just a pig. Anyways, you can find me on all socials as DM Jose G and hopefully soon on YouTube, so keep an eye out for that.
And last but certainly not least, we got Betty.
Hi, my name is Betty. I am Betty the Beholder on TikTok and Instagram, and I play Dahlia, your constellation of melancholia. And I'm not a pig. I'm like the pig keeper, but I'm like one of those weird people who like lives alone in the woods with all their animals. You know what I mean? So like may as well be one of the pigs. That's the vibe.
It's a good vibe to have because last time, as all good D&D goes, you couldn't figure out a door. After getting severely zapped, Dahlia and Enzo brought their dance moves to the floor. Y'all finally made it inside Ricky's, where you spotted 4 golems in chains. You got atop the platform and only up remained. Field goal pose! The golems took notice and began to lift the elevator as you all settled your focus. You made it to the top to find a makeshift quarters, a tiger on the bed, and an interesting new mortal. Come to find Ricky wasn't as he seemed. Rudolph Van Richten was his name, monster slayer of your dreams. Zielle named him the tarot card, not 1 but 2, as he promised to help guide to the only thing he wanted, Strahd's doom. He gave you insight on Argynvost Holt, where the Order of the Silver Dragon once died, and instructed you to get the sword if you dare even try. Goodbyes were underway as a plan was set in motion until you heard an obnoxious man scream, causing one hells of a commotion. Little pigs, let me in! As Rudolph looks to you all in shock and books it towards the window and begins to take his sleeve and rub the dirt from one of these windows atop the top of the tower and look out. You all just had to set off the blasted lightning, didn't you? You've got quite the knack for barging in and just fucking everything up, you know that?
That a friend of yours?
Not one that I know personally. I've seen him and his fucking wolves skulking about the forest.
Wait, you're yelling at us for almost dying at your doorstep?
Well, right now it looks like we're all going to die at my doorstep, so...
I mean, maybe with that attitude.
Wait, didn't you say that you were some kind of monster hunter?
Monsters are easy, but it's numbers that are the problem here. Take a look.
We look. Peep out the window.
As you guys look out the window of this tower, you see a burlier man almost on the opposite end of the causeway where the lake begins to slowly thin out, leading up to the island. His shoulder-length, shaggy brown hair that's swept to one side. The other side is tucked behind one of his ears, revealing pointed ears. But from here, they don't quite resemble elven ears like Zielle's. He's got this forest green attire on with 2 steel pauldrons that are secured to his body tightly with these brown leather straps. Though you see he has no weapons on his side or on his back. Only a dozen wolves surrounding him that seem to follow his every movement. Theren, as you look out the window, I would love a history check, please.
Oh,
Who is it, Theren? Tell us.
12.
This man looks vaguely familiar to you. You can't quite recall or pinpoint exactly where, though you know for a fact you have not seen this man once after you came to Barovia. It had to have been on Avrosa.
You don't know who this man is. Why does he look so familiar?
That's for you to ask, not me.
Yeah, why don't we just go talk to him?
Please feel free. If you can get him away from the tower and back into his woods, that would be wonderful.
Theren?
Or you can stay here until he decides to go away, because the lightning won't allow him in.
Has he come to visit before?
Not directly. I've noticed the eyes skulking about between the trees here and there.
Then what business does he have with you?
None with me, I don't think.
So he's coming for us.
It only makes sense that he arrives shortly after you do. Echoing from down below, you all know how to make quite the ruckus, don't ya? With the lightning and the smashing. Easiest hunt of the week, honestly, for me and my boys here. Now, we're hungry, so how about you just come on down and make this easy, instead of hiding in that pretty little tower of yours. Lay down your weapons. There's really nowhere for you to go. And we got all damn day.
All right, everyone. Remember, how we respond here is key to our survival. Alizzato stands up and just yells out the window, "Fuck off!" And then I just sort of look to everyone like, I don't have the answer. I'm just looking to you all.
Middle finger out the window, pull it back in, and like nod to you like this is the plan that we're going with, right?
Is the window big enough for me to stick my head out of?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Does anything happen if I do that and look down at them? I'm just giving him a glare. I'm just giving him a look.
As you pop your head out the window, he does take notice of you, and he just stares, crosses his arms, and taps his foot as one wolf begins to come up right to his side, sit on his heels, and stare up at you as well.
I'm just staring at him, though. I'm listening if you guys say anything in the room, but I'm just staring at this man. Down at this man, I would like to clarify.
He looks familiar, possibly. I can't tell for sure unless I get down and look at him closer.
But not familiar enough that he should be doing whatever this is what I'm gathering. You don't know him well enough that he should be hunting us to a tower.
Not that I could remember.
So obviously we're not doing the put your weapons down thing. That seems bad.
That won't be happening anytime soon.
Ryan, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
How many feet am I from this man?
That was my next question. Good one, mate.
Throwing stuff out the window, yes.
You're about 60 feet diagonal down. You guys are at the end of the island on top of this tower, and they are about 60 feet down the causeway.
That's actually going to perfect. While Zielle's thinking, I'll just say to the group, if we all want to really ambush this fucking shithead, we are able to do the following. Some of us can go down the tower, meet him head on. I can allow one of you to climb down the wall of this tower like a spider. In other occasions, I can conjure some animal creatures, and we can have some advantages to our approach. So, just so everyone knows, I can cast a spell called Conjure Animals, and I essentially can create like a pack of animals that if we're all around those animals, we get advantage on attacks. And then if the people, it's kind of like an area of effect kind of situation.
Oh, cool. Like it's a big pack tactics thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, no, sorry. That's advantage for me. My apologies. But
okay.
Whenever the pack moves within 10 feet of the creature, that creature has to make a dexterity saving throw and they take 3d10 damage.
That's so sick.
Alizzato, take your pick depending on this situation. I need a history check or an Arcana check.
Ooh. Oh, it's got to be Arcana, dude.
Let's hit it.
8 plus 6, 14.
When you first arrived at the top of the tower, Theren's initial instinct was to grab his sword, point it straight at Rudolph, and you notice the purple magic begin to fizzle.
Right.
Within the towers, inside,
There's no
magic does not work.
No magic. Right. Well then, or we could also just all go down the tower together, meet him head on, or one of us can jump out the window.
Or
Enzo just nods and starts walking towards the window until Dahlia says or.
Can I do something in the meantime while they're discussing?
Yeah.
I would like to message the man so he'll hear Zielle's voice in his head. You're so noisy. And then I'm gonna command him to grovel. I'm just gonna say that out loud. I'm not gonna yell at him because I'm not noisy and annoying, but I'm just gonna do that. 60 feet range.
You did
can I not
say
do it in the castle? I'm leaning out though.
You did say that you were leaning your head out the window.
Yeah.
However, he is 65 feet.
Oh.
Could I hold
I'll still tell him he's noisy.
out the window?
Yeah. Yeah, if you just hold me up, he's...
Titanic style.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. Then I'll cast Moonbeam on him instead.
Oh, shit. What is the radius on Moonbeam?
It's only 5 feet, so...
5 feet, okay, and it's centered on him.
It has a range of 120 feet for casting, so he's definitely in range for that one. When they enter the spell for the first time, it's engulfed in ghostly flames, causing it searing pain. Must make a Constitution saving throw.
You will be hitting the man that has been screaming at you, as well as 4 of these wolves.
Aw,
And they all need to make Constitution saving throws.
they know to go away.
7 from the man,
Let's go.
Get wrecked.
19 from the second wolf, 16 from the third wolf, 11 from the last wolf.
That wolf fails, but the other 2 are good.
Main man and 1 wolf fails, the other 3 passed. I believe they still take half damage, correct?
Yes, it was 13 for my 2d10. So 6 for half, 13 for full.
So yeah, what does the moonbeam look like?
She still messaged him that he's noisy. She doesn't like that. Out of her little regent's pack in her belt, she'll sprinkle some moon seed, which is one of the regents. They wouldn't even see the seeds dropping. They'd just see her like wiggle her fingers out the window and just drop it down there. There's just this shaft of silver light. If he's looking up at us, it might even kind of blind him at first.
As that light begins to bathe on him, emerging from the sky, this permanently clouded sky, and shining right down upon him and a couple of his wolf friends, the one sat right next to him immediately falls over lifeless. As the other 4 take that brunt of the damage from your moonbeam, though as the light begins to slowly fade after that first initial impact down to the ground, it reveals not only the man, but the 3 other wolves as bipedal beasts. Oh, werewolves that you have seen and come close with all too well from your encounter with Tanis way back.
Oh.
Snarling at you.
Wait, if they're shape changers, then they have to make the save with disadvantage, so you have to reroll for those ones that saved.
Let's go.
Oh, he's going to change
Let's go.
things.
GG's on chat.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Okay.
there's so many. Oh, oh boy.
Yeah, so fucking many.
That's a 6, so it was 12 full damage, right?
13 full.
13 full. Thank you. Number 2, that's a nat 1,
Whoa.
and that's a 15.
That saves.
Is he still able to respond to you in the midst of this?
Yeah, I just messaged him and then instantly like dropped down the seeds or whatever, so I'm sure he could respond still. Or he could yell like he's been doing.
That's true. Knowing that you were able to pierce his mind, all you hear is him beginning to speak to you, responding in a sassy comment before that light comes down and you just hear the snarling growl as he emerges in his werewolf form, along with his compatriots. Some of these wolves are actual wolves, though seeing the change of the others around him, You see 4 others begin to slowly elongate their limbs. Their claws begin to turn into rakes as their jaws unhinge and grow this snout. They seem ready, though they seem burnt by this moonbeam. The original man who is speaking to you begins to raise his hand as all in unison, they begin to move back slightly. They are still on the causeway, though more towards the forest. They still seem like they are holding their ground, though that was not fun for them. I would love everyone to roll initiative, please.
Let's go, dude.
12 for Theren.
9.
That's a 6 for Enzo.
15.
7.
Damn, we rolled low.
Y'all, come on.
It's bad.
I thought I was going to be at the bottom.
All right, we are to the top of the round with this leader, this commander of these werewolves, along with 3 of his others. He is spending his turn, hands still raised, not retreating them, though holding them. That is his turn, along with 3 of his werewolves. We are at Alizzato. I will tell you right now, none of these werewolves have any sort of plan to move forward until this moonbeam is gone, or at least out of the way, or they see you guys down here. So Alizzato, you are up, and Theren, you will be on deck.
Could I do a bonus action really quick? Okay, this is my bonus. I just want to blow him a kiss. That's it.
Okay, that's fair, that's fair.
My official reaction this round is to blow a kiss.
That's it.
I mean, to go back down, we'd have to do the different levels. We'd have to do the stone gauntlet, right? Like, it'd have to be like a whole process, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm about to Fast and the Furious to shit and jump out the window.
Fucking do it.
I'd be mad if you didn't.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Oh boy, here we go. Let me just pull up the animal that I want.
I will say from you guys, which I guess, see, I don't know how triangles work, man, but you guys are about 80 feet high right now. 70, because you're on the bottom floor, or if you're on the floor of the top floor.
How does fall damage
Wow.
work again?
It's 1d6 for every 10 feet.
Oh, let's go.
Ow.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna take like a little peek and then sort of come back in and then like charge, jump out the window, polymorph into a raven or wild shape into a raven.
Hell yeah.
And then my flying speed of 50 feet. But if you want to reduce any of that because of my lead up to jump out the window,
I would say maybe 5-10 feet, so you'd have about 40 feet of flight. If you wanted to run and jump and force yourself out that window, like shoulder check it to make sure you broke through properly.
then what I kind of want to do is jump out and then immediately glide behind the tower. So I want to just kind of like spiral it down.
Oh. As you charge through this window, full shoulder check, the window shatters outward as you then morph yourself into this black raven that the party has seen before. You begin to glide around the tower clockwise. One thing you do notice, Alizzato, is the remnants of the scaffolding that does lead up to the third floor.
Oh, that's right.
You remember that enormous hole in the side of the wall? And that led to the backside of the tower itself.
Then you know what? If I can see that, then what I'll do is that I'll glide down clockwise, same sort of situation, but then sort of linger above whatever the, that little area would be.
Theren, we are to you, and Zielle, you will be on deck. As the werewolves do not look like they are moving, they are waiting at the hand of their leader right now.
Just gonna watch Alizzato fly out this window, turn around and slowly walk towards the elevator, pull Baron off my back, and just stand there, patiently wait for everyone else.
Theren, can you give me a survival check? Or nature. Sick.
I don't like this. Whatever you're doing, Ryan, I don't like it.
I kind of like it. It scares me, but I kind of like it.
13, we'll do survival, I guess.
You were face to face with Rudolph as you entered the top of this tower. You then began to take a step back. You let Zielle and everyone else do the talking while you gathered your info before your rebuttal at the end. While you were waiting over there, you noticed the floor beneath you is not very sound. It's creaking, and you think, even with the slightest little nudge, it might shatter if you want it to.
And it'll just drop me right down to the third floor.
Maybe.
You hope.
Or the second or the first.
Hold Baron up in the air, facing down, hilt up, tip down, and to everybody just yell, "You following or what?" and slam it down into the ground.
Give me an attack roll, please.
Yeah, dirty 20.
With Baron clutched in your grasp, you come down, and it's almost like Looney Tunes style. The floor beneath you breaks, and you all swear you see Theren hover for a second before plummeting downwards. A hole just big enough for him to go through as he plummets down to the 3rd floor. You are going to take 7 bludgeoning damage as you fall 20 feet, and you hit the wood beneath you, but you hit not hard enough to go through to the next floor. You find yourself on the 3rd floor. The large gaping hole in the stone of the tower is just to your north.
How much movement do I have to go through to get outside to get within sight of these guys?
It would be about 40 feet total. So I think you might be just shy of turning the corner, or you could get on the scaffolding, actually.
And you counted that as an attack, correct?
I would, yes.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Yeah, I will just go through that movement and get to the scaffolding at least. Am I able to see them or no?
Not from here. The scaffolding leads out the north side of the tower. They are from the south side.
Oh, okay. All right, got you. Yeah, that'll be my turn then.
Are you stepping foot on the scaffolding, or are you going out? Like, how far are you going out?
As far as I can, whatever the full movement I have, if I have to get on the scaffolding to get outside to then get to them, yes, I will do that.
Okay. How much does Theren weigh?
You can't just ask someone that.
Oh, I will say with everything on, maybe like at least 2.
That's the only number I needed. Can I have a dexterity saving throw, please?
8.
There, in the adrenaline of your heavy footsteps rushing out of this tower, you take 1 foot on that scaffolding. Enzo and Dahlia could have told you walking up, that is not meant to be walked on at the moment. Weather has taken its toll on that scaffolding as your foot falls right through. You're only going to take 4 bludgeoning damage this time, though you're at the bottom.
Oh, great.
Alizzato, all you see is, as you collide to the outside of the tower itself, Theren is meeting you outside and plummets straight through the scaffolding and finds himself prone at the very bottom of the tower.
Oh.
Listen, we're going to exit the same way we came in, like idiots.
Say nothing of this to Zielle. Fuck.
Speaking of, Zielle, it's your turn. We got Dahlia on deck.
Well, luckily I'm looking out the front window, so I know nothing yet. I would like to move the moonbeam. I'll center it on the guy again.
If it leaves that 60 feet, is it still okay to move?
It's 120, buddy.
Oh, sheesh.
Wow.
Don't mind me.
Y'all better run farther.
So that can move how far in one round?
Up to 60 feet.
Would you like to center it on the guy, or do you want to maneuver it a little more to hit more people?
Well, I guess if I center on the werewolf behind him, would that hit more then?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could do there and hit 8.
Wow.
Yeah. Then if it'll be on all of them, like however, wherever's to hit the most, but I want the main guy to be in that.
As you begin to push that moonbeam back, you center it on the werewolf diagonally backwards from their leader. So con saves, correct?
With disadvantage if they're shapeshifters.
First, I will do the 2 wolves because they are not. Wolf number 1 is a 17.
Passes.
And wolf number 3 is a 12.
Doesn't pass.
Do you want to give me the damage real quick?
Yes. Ooh. I rolled a 10 and I rolled a 1, so 11.
You see that the wolf all the way in the back, almost like the runt of the litter, staying behind everybody, its bigger brothers, slowly begins to fizzle in this moonlight as it too falls.
Sorry.
And now let's do some con saves at disadvantage. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 con saves at disadvantage.
I love AoE.
We're gonna start with the leader. 13.
It's a 13 save.
Ah, okay. Werewolf number 1 failed. Werewolf number 2 failed. Ooh. Werewolf number 3 is gonna pass. Werewolf number 4 is going to fail. Werewolf number 5 is going to fail.
What a shame. 5 for halvesies and 11 for the rest.
From Zielle, we're going to Dahlia, and then we might have something.
Ryan, can I expunge a little internal conflict that's happening with my character in this game, please?
Please, absolutely.
Dahlia is a little like kerfuffled by seeing this man who she recognizes as the best monster hunter ever here in Barovia being like, I can't do this alone. And that has kind of shaken her a bit. As everybody else was like looking out the window, she also like ran to the window to look out, but a tree like on the shoreline has drawn her attention and she doesn't know why. So she's having a little minor freak out right now. As people start to focus is totally in a completely opposite direction on all these people. She's gonna go through and tell me if I can do this because I wanna get away with something, and I'll ask if I can get away with it after I explain it. Dahlia is gonna go to the window, and I wanna cast Blessing of the Raven Queen. Once per long rest, as a bonus action, I can teleport up to 30 feet into an unoccupied space that I can see. So what I would love to do is I want to use my bonus action, movement, and my action to teleport into the water. And I want to go around them so I come out of the water and I'm flanking them on the other side. Does that make sense?
So you are bartering your action for a longer distance on your teleport.
Correct.
Is this a spell or is this a class action?
This is Channel Divinity.
Because you are so high up as well, I will also require one of your higher spell slots just to fully amplify this magic.
All right, you can have it.
Ryan, knows the emotional toll that this specific location has been having on Dahlia inside.
Correct.
So this being amplified by potentially an outside source could be beneficial to you as you gaze out the window and you hone in on that channel divinity. And yes, I will allow you to teleport in the water, somewhat behind them. You, following in Alizzato's footsteps, use your movement to launch yourself out of this window. Though mid-air, they are trying to gaze at who is doing this moonbeam, who is causing them so much turmoil. Though through the bright light, they swear for a second they see you jump, and then you are gone.
Was that the moon?
Okay, that's my turn. Thanks, Ryan.
Of course. We got Enzo. Actually, I'm so sorry. Technically, and I should have done this before, Zielle, I'm sorry, a couple of them started their turns in the moonbeam. Even though they held their actions, they still had their turns. So if you wouldn't mind rolling damage, I believe because they start their turn in the moonbeam, they take damage, correct? Or do they re-roll the save?
When a creature enters the spell for the first time on a turn or starts its turn, it's engulfed in flames and it makes a save again.
So this is werewolf number 2, the one that the moonbeam is directly centered upon. Oh, that's gonna be a 6. Would you please roll me some damage on werewolf number 2, please? And I'm gonna take that damage and I will add it to 1, 2, potentially 3 more werewolves. 1 second. Yes, 3 more werewolves, one of which being the leader.
It's only 7 damage.
And the wolf is next too. Let's roll for the wolf. Oh, no, wolf fails. Can you roll me damage for the wolf? One of the very last actual wolves remaining in this pack.
10.
Evaporated amongst this moonlight. It begins to turn into stardust and flicker up this cylindrical moonlight.
You know I'm just thinking of Tannis when this is happening. I hate it.
Enzo, I'm so sorry. Please take your turn.
Enzo's in the tower. Everybody else has done cool stuff. Zielle's still up here doing moonbeam. So he sort of psychs himself up. He's like, all right, let's get mad. He's going to go into rage. And then I'm going to jump straight out the window like Alizzato did.
Fuck yeah.
But I'm not going to turn into a bird. I'm just going to jump out the window and take the dive down.
Oh, damn. Sick.
It's not that bad, especially through your rage, I'm sure. As you plummet from the top of this tower, Rudolph is in shock at how many people are jumping straight from this window without hesitation. You are only going to take 18 bludgeoning damage.
So that's 18 total, and I'll have that to 9, correct?
Correct.
Amazing. Okay. So how much movement do I still have left?
I would say that would only be about 10 feet to get to the window and jump out.
Jump, arms wide, lands on his legs, takes the full impact in his knees. He'll pay for that in his later years, but that's not today. And then he's just gonna take the rest of that 20 feet. But I'm just charging at these werewolves. I got the sword out. I'm ready to go. I'm as fast as I can. I'm making my way downtown.
We have wolf number 6 is next. Again, one of the ones that are on the side of this pack, as it is sprawled out, stanced up, waiting for its leader, as he, hand up, begins to close his hand upon first sight of any sort of enemy on solid ground, as this wolf then takes off in a dead sprint, cannot get to you, so is going to just use its action to dash and get right up on you. That is all it's going to do. It is not going to run through the moonbeam, as it takes the eastern side of this causeway, almost splashing through the water as it begins to charge down this causeway. And we are going to move to the top of the round with our big bad boy commander, who has to roll a con save. No, that's a 4. Zielle, would you please roll damage for moonbeam?
Yeah, I guess I could do that. Ha! There we go. 17.
Clutching his fist, you can see, even from the top of the tower, that fist is beginning to smoke. The fur on its hands are singeing as he begins to growl and snarl, though seeing this sight of human flesh, he is running 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Cannot get close enough to Enzo. He is going to dash and stand aside his wolves and stand side by side with Enzo, ready to brawl, claws out. From there, we have werewolf number 5 in the moonbeam. That was 7.
14.
14. Oh my gosh, these are killer. This is werewolf number 5, who again is going to use his dash. Enzo, you are about to be nearly fully surrounded as you are flanked on 3 sides right now, as these werewolves are rushing you, though none seem to have the energy to attack upon arrival. We have werewolf number 6, who again is going to dash up. It's in one swift formation that these werewolves begin to charge at you. The release of his hand was enough to bring the ferocity to the battle, though werewolf number 3 is slacking a little behind in that moonbeam, and that's a fail. Zielle, please roll me more moonbeam damage for werewolf number 3.
Everyone behind the tower is like, all right, everyone, what's the plan? And Zielle's just like, bam,
It's just,
bam,
yeah, it's a magnifying glass. Yeah.
Turn the corner and everything's fizzled.
Yeah, you can smell the burning fur, and you're like, wait a minute.
9 and 7 for 16.
Dang.
Wow.
It's just a little toasty.
We are to Alizzato. We have a wolf afterwards, and Theren, you are on deck.
Yeah, I'll glide down to the ground. And then once I glide down, a bonus action, get out of the wild shape and revert back to Alizzato. And then I'm just gonna start going left. Is the scaffolding above me? Like, could I technically like hide under the scaffolding nearing the tower? Or is it like, yeah?
Absolutely. There's a small ladder that would take you up about 10 feet. So there's not really stairs. It's all above you. So you could even hug the tower fully if you would like.
Then let's do that just for safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll just remain there. Cool, and then that's my turn.
Emerging from the opposite side of the tower, going counterclockwise towards the front, upon finally viewing the causeway again, you do see this large moonbeam coating these monsters on the opposite side. Some are being singed, others are evaporating. You can even see it in real time. But the one thing you do take note of is Enzo facing down a multitude of beasts. You see the commander himself. You see 2 werewolves flanking him on either side, and a smaller werewolf ready to go bite at his ankles. After Alizzato emerges from the side of the tower, we have another wolf released upon Enzo. He's going to use his full action to dash and begin to slowly circle around. An easy hunt, or so he thinks. All right, we have Theren, and then we have a couple of wolvies before we get to Zielle.
So I'm face down in the ground.
Yep.
Have to get up. I'm on the north side of it. I will run the 5, 10, 15. Coming off the ground, I'm going to grab a rock and just squeeze it real hard because I'm pissed. I run up with my last 15 feet of movement that I have. I run up right behind Alizzato. Ali, right by your ear, you just hear a boom, and it's just that rock I just threw right next to you, and it flies by you. You see it, the little trail of it going all the way over, and it lands right behind the group of wolves. Trying to figure this out where it would not hit Enzo as well.
Don't worry about Enzo. I can take it.
That little rock, it just hits the ground. You see it starts to rumble, and then just a sound wave comes from it, and you hear a loud crack. And I'm casting Shatter. It is a 10-foot radius, so I guess it would have to be right next to him then, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
For it to not
would hit Enzo if you put it
That's
there.
fine. That's fine. That's actually totally
All
fine.
right, if it's hitting Enzo, I'm putting it right behind Enzo for it to hit everyone then.
All right. So what do you need from the commander, 2 werewolves, 2 wolves, and Enzo?
Constitution saving throw, 14.
All right. Enzo, I'll let you go first.
That's a dirty 20, baby.
All right.
Good.
That's a save for Enzo. We are going to do commander. That's only a 12 from commander. Werewolf number 5. Werewolf number 5 is going to pass. Fail. Werewolf 6 is going to pass. Wolf 6 is going to fail.
So it's 14 thunder damage altogether.
As you come around that corner and you whip that stone, Enzo, you see this pack coming at you. You are Jon Snow facing down at the Battle of the Bastards, but it's just wolves. As they are charging head first at you, your sword in hand ready to go, and all you see is the tiniest little pebble skip across the ground and erupt as it takes out both of the wolves that are charging for you and injuring the others, the commander and the other 2 werewolves as they charge forward. You see werewolf number 6 is looking hardy. He hasn't been touched. He didn't get hurt by the moonbeam. He was just outside the radius. He's ready to scuffle. Werewolf number 5 and the commander have taken quite the beating though from this moonbeam before they can even get to you. We are to the very last wolf. You have already taken out 5 wolves, though all 6 werewolves remain, including the commander. The wolf is going to use its entire movement to dash as it's just outside the radius of the moonbeam and get right up to where that one wolf sadly got blown to pieces. That is its turn as Zielle from the tower, you hear, "Get out of the way!"
Excuse you.
And Rudolph has come up behind you, arm outstretched, as he pulls out a pistol, whips it right out, this steampunk arcane pistol, as he aims it right down, eyes on the commander, and he is going to take 1 attack with his pistol. That is absolutely going to hit. That is going to be 9 damage from Rudolph's sword pistol, as he snarls in pain, finally getting up to Enzo. The loud echoing blast not only matching Theren's perfect shatter, both of these combined begin to echo across the lake. Dahlia, even at your feet, you can feel the ripple of the water. We have a couple werewolves who I think are going to be taking some con saves. We are to werewolf number 1 with disadvantage. That's a 4 right off the bat, so that's a fail.
13.
It is using its entire movement speed to dash and again encircle Enzo. Though the range is just not enough, they do have to utilize all of their actions to dash to you. Werewolf number 4, con save. Oh, that's a 17. I believe he's only going to take half.
14.
Finally emerging, getting out of this moonbeam, he has had enough. He can make it around and step foot. Zielle, we are to you, and we have Dahlia on deck.
Listen, I stacked them for you.
Squeeze my way back out the window, prop my chin on my hand like I'm just a damsel in distress waiting up here in the castle, except I'm the damsel causing the distress. I'm gonna move my moonbeam. This guy is still, I'm still annoyed at him. He was the rudest out of all of these, so I'm still gonna go for the main guy. Can I go to the left of Werewolf 5 so it hits the main guy at a diagonal?
Yeah, that would hit Commander and Werewolf 5. Enzo, as if you didn't have enough things headed straight for you, you now see this shining beam of moonlight begin to make its way down the causeway, though it begins to veer right and it singes the 2 werewolves to your right. Commander, that's a 2. That's a 7.
13. Shout out to the moon. Listen, the moon is just reflecting the sun's glow, right? Am I right?
Right. The commander himself is looking so beyond singed, it's not even funny. His fur is coming off in clumps as it begins to meld with the moonlight itself. Werewolf number 5 is not happy either.
Well, neither am I. Go away.
With Zielle out of the way, we have Dahlia. And Enzo, you will be the next player character on deck.
Okay, so I am going to emerge out of the water. How far am I from the group that is converging upon our friend Enzo? 25
to 30-ish.
Stunning. Okay, Dahlia's vision was kind of focused on this tree, but the shockwaves that have just came out of the earth have drawn her attention back. And seeing her friend in danger, no, Enzo, no. I'm gonna cast a spell called Ominous Winds, which I'm very excited about. Up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see within range, which is 60 feet, make a charisma saving throw, and we'll go from there based on who succeeds or not. So Dahlia just kind of lifts her hands up, and her hair is so long, and she just got out of the water, so like it just kind of like falls. She just looks like a hag is what I'm trying to get across. As she points at the group and just flips her palm over. Past her, from behind her, just a rush of wind heads toward them, and I'm targeting the big guy himself, Kirill, yes. Kirill.
Though you haven't had introductions properly.
I
don't need to know his
we
name.
know his name.
Fuck his name.
Just fuck his name.
He didn't need one.
Moonbeam him.
Get wrecked.
So I'm sorry, this is only target on one person, correct? Or
3.
is it
I'm
multiple?
picking 3.
3, okay.
I'm gonna pick him, Werewolf 5, and because I have faith that this simple wolf will probably die very soon, I am going to put it on 6 as well. So 5, 6, and then the main guy. So charisma saves, please, my friend.
Commander, 13. Werewolf, 11. Oh, Werewolf 6 with a nat 20.
Okay, so the 2 of them fail. It was a 15. So whenever they make an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, they have to roll a d12 and subtract that number from the attack roll or the saving throw.
Ooh. As you emerge from this water and you flip your hand over, Enzo, you look over and Kirill, this commander, all of a sudden his fur is soaked on his forehead and it begins to come down and is matted over his eyes. And he's trying to grab his big claw and wipe the fur to be able to see. And same with these other werewolves. Something is distracting them, and all of a sudden they find themselves soaked. That wolf is dead. Enzo, I'm sorry, I would have warned you, but it's your turn.
That's fine, because I played the characters I like to play, so I don't have to do a whole lot of thinking. I'm gonna recklessly attack this commander that's sitting right next to me, the big dude. I was really actually genuinely hoping the whole time that you guys didn't kill him, because I was like, please, I jumped out a window for this. So I'm gonna try and hit him. I'm gonna just try and hit him as hard as I can with my big sword. 19 on the die plus 6, 25.
Please roll damage.
I'll try. Okay, it'll be 6, 7, 8. How's 9 damage sound?
Where are you hitting him? How you striking?
As I sort of Jon Snow it, I'm watching all of these magical things go off in my head cannon. The shatter from Theren sounds like the bomb from Jango Fett. That really cool, like, implosion seismic charge. The moonbeam comes over and they're sizzling, then they're wet. It's weird. And so I just turn and I'm trying to catch him, I think, under the rib cage and just like pull this massive, like, cleaver looking sword just up and through. That's the idea. It's just all force straight into that rib cage, coming up at an angle.
As that is embedded in his rib cage, you just hear a helpless growl as he looks you dead in the eyes.
The others will find this. They'll know, and they will come.
Spits out blood from that impact straight up into his rib cage. Is that the end of your turn, Enzo?
Yeah, I think Enzo just like looked back. His face is kind of buried in a little scowl, but you'll see like a bit of a smirk tug at the edge of his lips as you say that, and he just cocks an eyebrow and says, "Easy hunt." And that'll be the end of my turn.
We are to the top of the round with the commander himself, who can finally do something. Though beaten, bloodied, scarred, burned, and now with a D12 minus from whatever he does, Even attack rolls?
Even attack rolls and saving throws.
You have to roll your save first, though.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, but I should say that because I recklessly attacked, I think he's got advantage on me.
Okay, I forgot about
I'm
the
sorry,
moonbeam.
Ryan.
No, you're good. You're good. So I'm glad I had to do that because this -7 from Dahlia will be minused from his con save for the moonbeam at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Which is good because that was a 19 and that was a 7. So that's a 0.
0. Okay, only 9. Only 9 damage.
Zielle, he's yours.
Okay, I know there's a spell for this disintegrate, so he doesn't quite disintegrate, but I think he's like just been kind of singed until this point, and he actually like catches fire.
And the fire itself is this beautiful pale blue as his skin begins to burn off in these blue ashes, his fur singed all the way to the skin. The smell is horrendous up by Enzo, though the commander himself is gone. Next up, we have werewolf number 5. We will do a D12 for Dahlia's wins. It's a -8. He can't even pass unless he somehow gets 2 nat 20s. And no, that's a 2, so that's a -6.
15.
Zielle, give me another one.
The fire from the other guy, it just starts catching.
As the commander goes down, he falls to one knee. He grabs his large, muscular werewolf arm up, and the claws begin to sink into his other werewolf friend, just trying to stabilize him, though that fire begins to trail up the arm, engulfs the other werewolf as he too falls.
I really hope we didn't need to learn anything from these guys.
Yeah, we didn't ask a single question.
I feel like we're learning right now.
Werewolf number 6, seeing his compatriots go down in a blaze of pale blue and getting slaughtered, what they thought was an easy hunt is turning into their own doom themselves. He's going to take 2 attacks on Enzo. The first one is going to be... God, fuck. Oh, he has pack tactics!
Yeah, and he has advantage anyway because of the...
Oh, right, with Reckless.
Because Reckless, everybody's got advantage on me until my next turn.
That didn't fucking matter. 10?
No, no, that does not quite land.
First swipe, not enough to connect with Enzo. We're going for a bite now. The fear that you guys have instilled in these werewolves is enough to get them entirely off kilter. The claw comes up and misses, so he decides to lunge forward for a bite, though you are able to just shimmy right out of the way, sidestep completely. That is the werewolf's turn. We are on to one more werewolf, and then Alizzato will be on deck with Theren shortly after. Werewolf number 3 is way back with our girl Dahlia on the opposite end of the causeway.
Don't get me.
Knee deep in this water, he is taking some swings at our girl Dahlia.
Uh-oh.
For a dirty 20.
Ooh.
That is only 4 piercing damage.
Hey, I'll take it.
And I do need you to make a con save for me, please.
23.
This is quite easy for the werewolf as it comes up and grabs upon your shoulder and it sinks its teeth right into your collarbone. And for a moment, you feel those teeth sink a little extra deep, though your resolve is enough to push it out as he comes back and he goes for a claw attack. And that's going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
There we go. We're doing something here.
To me, Ryan.
I know. 7 slashing damage.
All right.
Werewolf 3, out of the way. Alizzato, fuck some shit up, my guy. Theren, you are on deck.
I'm gonna look at Theren and I'm just gonna go, stay safe. This isn't a fair hunt. And then I'm gonna go my full 30, and that actually puts me at exactly 60 feet. So once I arrive there, I'm just gonna pick up the pace as I'm getting near Enzo, and then I'm just going to grab my hands, push like sort of like an ethereal wind where my hair begins to like flow out, and then I'll say, Land's wrath, grant me a pact of my own. And then I'm gonna conjure animals. I'm gonna conjure a series of red burgundy wolves behind werewolf number 2. And because they appear, I can only target one at a time, but that one needs to give a dexterity saving throw.
11.
Oh, that's a fail. So you're gonna take full 3d10.
Oh,
So
God.
that's gonna be 16 points of slashing damage. Dahlia would sort of see that there's like a cluster of them there, that all of their hair very much looks like my hair.
Dahlia would be able to know. After she got slashed by this werewolf, you can see the elemental magic that is Alizzato begin to flow through the air. But as it gets closer, it begins to take on more of a ferocious form as it takes shape of these red burgundy wolves. And it is wolf on wolf, fire versus fire, as they come up and begin to scratch and claw at the back of this werewolf, who was not hurt really all that much by the moonbeam itself, as it was more on the outside of the radius. So it is finally taking some damage. Alizzato, is that the end of your turn?
I think that's all I can do. It's the 3rd level. So yeah.
Theren, we are to you. Next up, after a couple, we got Zielle.
So I'm still pretty far away. I'm doing a straight up anime ass Naruto run, sword to my side. I'm running up and I'm using my full 30 of movement to get 10 feet away from the closest werewolf. As I'm running up with the sword running off to my side, almost like dragging it on the ground, you could see that purple mist is starting to build up into a ball at the tip of it. Right as I get close enough, I'm just swinging it forward, and that ball of mist shoots out for an Eldritch Blast at the closest werewolf.
Hell yeah.
For a, son of a bitch, 9 to hit.
Oh, that is just gonna go wide. It skips across the water like a stone.
That's my turn. That's all I can do right
That's
now,
it?
man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We have a very tiny, measly wolf, Enzo, coming at your calf with a nice little bite that, he's got pack tactics, and he had advantage anyway. That's a dirty 20.
Just barely hits, yeah.
6 piercing damage.
3 for me, right?
Yes. Crazy enough, this is the new wolf from the new monster manual. If the target is medium or smaller and gets hit by a bite attack, it is now prone. That's wild.
Okay, hang on. I've got a feat that's little giant, that's just proficient with, but you count as one size larger, but only when determining carrying capacity. Is there a way I can make an argument that I count as one size larger for this because I'm proficient in athletics as well and I'm raging?
I will give this to you anyway. That's also weird that it's not a save. That's crazy to me that it just has to hit.
Yeah, wolf just takes you, dude.
For this, I will consider you a large creature in this instance. So it rips at that calf, trying to pull your leg out from underneath you, though it just embeds its teeth right into your skin. It doesn't actually get you off kilter. That is the wolf. We have Rudolph coming in for another shot down at werewolf number 4. It's my turn.
Yours.
Please move.
Okay. Yeah, please get one.
Reloaded. He's got the blunderbuss pistol.
Sharing the window.
Zielle, come on. Can you move your elbow? Ooh, Rudolph's gonna hit. That's a 24 from Rudolph. That is only 3 piercing damage on the werewolf that Theren just tried to hit.
All right, my turn.
Listen, it's cramped up here, okay?
It's not a problem for me.
We have werewolf number 6 coming for a bite onto Enzo. That is a 21 to hit Enzo.
Yeah, that'll smack.
Ooh, okay, that is max damage of 10 as this bite goes through. What would you say is the most exposed part of Enzo?
Well, Enzo doesn't wear a ton of armor, so I would say any part of like his torso really is pretty decently exposed. Like one of his arms has like a decent amount of armor on it. So I'd say probably like his left arm is decently exposed and like any part of his torso is decently exposed.
I do need a Constitution saving throw as it goes and chomps at your side, almost like your hip, before it swings its claw up at you.
Okay, fine. That's 8.
Those bite marks go a little extra deep into your side. As he comes out, he comes up with a claw attack for a 15 to hit.
That also hits, yes.
6 slashing damage as he comes up right across your stomach. And you could tell that those bite marks are a little too open to the world right now. They went a little deeper than you imagined.
I don't love that.
Werewolf 4, who just got shot, is again going to make 2 claw attacks onto Enzo with advantage. As a 19.
That'll do, donkey.
7 slashing damage from the first claw.
Okay.
Oh, that was a 15. You said 15 hits, correct?
15 does hit, yeah.
All right, second slash. That is 8 slashing damage as 2 claws just rake through your chest.
Okay.
With Werewolf 4 out of the way, we're to Zielle, and we got Dahlia on deck.
Can you guess what I'm gonna do?
Are you gonna move the moonbeam?
I would like to move the moonbeam. I'll do
yeah.
a little circle around because I definitely don't want to hit Enzo. He's got the 3 on the one side, so I would like to hit those 3, please.
Werewolf number 4. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I believe werewolf number 6 was also supposed to take a D12 off that. So I will do that right now from Dahlia's. Oh my god, werewolf number 6 takes 10 off this roll.
Keep that D12.
And they're doing con saves with and they're doing con saves with disadvantage. Werewolf number 4, that is 10. Werewolf number 1, 7. Werewolf number 6, -6.
Kill him, baby. Kill him.
13 damage to Alden.
Zielle, take out werewolf number 1.
Gosh, I think with this ominous wind that's blowing, I guess the sparks from the guys on the other side just kind of flies over to him.
That is true. We have the wind flowing as it begins to ignite werewolf number 1 and take him out.
I imagine with this fight, that song from Fallout, you know, the "Don't Want to Set the World on Fire" song. That's what I'm seeing.
That's Zielle just twiddling her finger, moving this moonbeam up in the tower.
Pointing it, yeah, right. Arguing with Rudolph a little bit.
Chat, if you're listening, I want art of me as Rapunzel out the tower, but like I'm killing people.
But the hair is the moonbeam.
You're like burning, in the background, like very badly drawn.
That's good. That's good.
All right, Zielle, is that it for you?
Yep, I'm holding this concentration spell.
Dahlia, you are up. We have 1 werewolf and then Enzo.
I am doing the opposite and dropping my concentration on the ominous winds, so they no longer have that D12 subtracted from their rolls there, because I just got bit real hard and took damage.
Oh.
However, also, I have fangs in my neck, and Dahlia does not fucking like that. So she's going to, with the werewolf that bit her and scratched her, is he still like latched onto me?
He's slowly coming off you.
Okay. As he's kind of like coming off because he's right here, right? I'm going to cast and inflict wounds. I'm gonna grab him by the scruff of his neck, like would a dog if they're like gripped onto something, and I'm gonna pull him off of my neck. And Dahlia just says, "Keep your fangs out of my neck," as the back of his neck begins to rot. Con save. He needs to make a con save.
13.
I got scared that it didn't work. Okay. 2d10. Ha ha. Fuck you, this wolf in particular. 18 total damage.
God.
Jesus Christ. A 10 and an 8. Holy shit.
Dahlia.
Yeah.
Take one out.
Woo! Yes. She says, "Get your fangs out of my neck," and is just like watching and doesn't realize that his body has thudded to the ground because she's burned through the back of his neck and is now just like holding his head. Dahlia is gonna toss the head of this werewolf over the second werewolf toward the pack, redheaded pack that I know my friend is controlling for them to chow on, like kneel down and wash her hands off.
As you grab that werewolf's neck, the back of his neck, almost like an instinctual pup being grabbed by its mother, it rears its head back and you hear one loud howl, though it begins to gurgle as that infection spreads. Dahlia, is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
This werewolf right next to you, waiting in the water, sees what you did to its friend and is going to, in turn, try to rake those claws right through your skin.
Honestly, fair reaction.
We have a 21 to hit.
Yup, that hits.com, yup.
And a 9 to hit.
No to the 9.
So only 1 slash for 7 slashing damage as these claws rake through your chest, right up on your collarbone and get your neck a little bit, slash your dress very slightly. And we are to Enzo. Before we go to the top of the round, Alizzato will be the next in line after a werewolf.
So I'm going to swing on the guy that looks like he's fine, that just got shot. And I'm going to recklessly attack because there's no point in doing any other thing. Another 25 to hit.
Jeez, absolutely.
8 damage from me after a very sad roll on the damage dice.
Beautiful swipe. Where are you hitting him?
after like watching sort of the ash blow off of my sword, I'm going to turn around, see all of this stuff going on. He does not notice what's going on with Dahlia. He is super tunnel vision. The bite in his side is like a little bit annoying. So he just kind of comes overhead. And I think he's trying to land it like square on the top of this wolf's head, but I think it's just a little bit off just with everything going on. So I think he catches him like right on the top of the collarbone and just drops all the weight of that massive steel sword down. So I don't think it goes super deep, but it's like a kind of like a crack through that collarbone. Some more like residual collateral damage than it is like a deep one.
It is perfectly lined up with the end of your turn leading into this werewolf's turn. Sword now embedded into its collarbone. It is going to take its opposite arm and try to slash its claws and embed itself into you as well.
After it makes its save, right?
Oh my gosh, you're so right. Oh my gosh, that was a nat 20. Come on. Damn it. 12.
Let's give you 10 damage.
Yeah, it is.
Can't run from the moon, my dude.
That arm up in the air. He's going to reach up and try to embed his claws into Enzo's stomach. We have one attack with advantage. Oh my god, for a 14?
Meets it, beats it.
I'm going to roll this next attack real quick. That's only a 7, so only one claw is going to hit you. 7 slashing damage total. Halved for your rage.
Okay, take that 3 damage.
These werewolves are almost acting timid, seeing their commander down, and you all turning the tides of this battle very, very fast. We are to Alizzato, and we have Theren on deck.
I'm still concentrating on my wolves, so they're gonna go ahead and attack werewolf 2. So that's another dexterity saving throw.
On it. That's an 18.
Oh my god. Okay, you're gonna take... Oh no, you're good. I think you don't take anything. Then I am going to... Oh boy. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna go stick to the original plan and go 25, 30. Along the way, I'm running and I say to Enzo, stay sharp. And I take a vine that I roll into a perfect circle, and then I toss it behind me, and I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom to werewolf number 4 and wolf number 2. So I need both of them to give me Constitution saving throws.
All right, this is werewolf number 4, 13.
Fail.
And wolf 13.
Fail. Both of them are going to take 9 points of necrotic damage. As that's happening, I guess what Enzo will see is that the ground beneath him darkens and almost like drains their life energy. And then immediately you just see these like tendrils of like red pool that begin to coalesce around your feet. And then in that, they shoot up towards you like a gas. So if you would like, you can spend one of your hit die and you will heal that +4.
Okay, I mean, gosh, totally. I'll do that.
Alizzato, as you rush past, you don't even have time to see. As you just reach your arm out, extended fully, and cast this spell, you unleash your arcane energy upon the earth. And the life itself from these two beings, you can almost see them shrink like they are starved beasts. You see their ribs slowly start to be exposed as you have sucked both of these completely dry. Wolf 2, the last wolf. I can't fucking, too many wolves, god damn it. Wolf 2, the last wolf, is fully gone. Werewolf 4 also follows suit, taking that life force and healing our boy Enzo.
Let's go.
We only have 2 werewolves left, and Alizzato, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Theren, fuck shit up.
All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna run over with my last 5 feet of movement to get to the next werewolf. We're just swinging twice right off the bat. 14 and 8, whatever that is, and 17 for the second hit.
Both hit?
Yeah, I was expecting so. 12 for the first hit, 9 for the second hit.
Theren, you indeed fucked shit up. Please take him out.
Let's go.
Do I run up behind him?
Oh yeah, he is fully focused on Enzo.
Simply running up behind him, finishing that Naruto run. I'm jumping in the air and stabbing it straight down through its neck.
Oh, right through, making impact with the sand and the dirt beneath you. You have fully made a werewolf kebab as you then proceed to grab your foot and lunge your sword out of this fully dead werewolf. Is that the end of your turn, Theren?
No, it is not. I will then use the last 25 feet of my movement to run south, getting closer to Dahlia.
Next up, Zielle, you hear, I actually can't hit him from here, but good job. Well done. You, have kind of proved me wrong now, haven't I? I look foolish. You can say something. You don't have to just sit there and stare at me like you know exactly, like your eyes say, I fucking told you so, Rudolph, and boy, howdy do I. Yep.
I think she just blinks at him. He just keeps going. She's like,
Oh my God.
yeah, whatever you say.
Rudolph backs away from the window and 2 hands out ushers you forward so you can take your turn, Zielle.
Move the moonbeam.
We're moving it, baby. There would be a way for you to hit just this singular werewolf.
That's what I like.
Con save at a disadvantage. Yeah, that's a 3.
Damn.
Burn, baby, burn. 14.
Oh my god. How enormous is this moonbeam getting right now?
Ooh.
You have taken a multitude of lives with this moonbeam. Has it changed at all? Is the magic reshaping itself, or what does this look like still?
The way I have been thinking about it is that everyone's casting all these big, badass, like AoEs, like thunderbolt or whatever, not like explosions and wind and everything. And then the moonbeam is just this like silent, like sparkling silver pillar that just kind of like moves like silently from spot to spot. I think it's still got like some like traces of the like embers and the ash like floating, drifting up the column, but it'll just silently do its thing.
Dahlia.
The moonbeam is currently shining on this werewolf, right?
Correct.
It's like illuminating your face. I think like Dahlia, you're getting the reflection of like the moonlight and you look so pretty and
As
ethereal.
if you needed to be paler.
Wash.
She's not, she's sparkling. Leave her alone.
The skin of a killer, Bella.
You can see in her dark eyes, you can see like the glow of the moon.
Yes, I love that. If I touch him, will I get hurt by moonbeam?
No, you'll be okay.
Oh, fabulous. Then I'm gonna inflict wounds on him. Con save, please.
Con save. 11.
Nope.
Goddamn.
Sorry.
Wow.
I can feel the moon on me, right? Like, that's her whole shtick. She loves the moon. She's a Luna girl. And so she's just gonna, watching him, like, crumple and, like, burn and react to this pain, she's just gonna reach out and touch him on she's gonna give him a little scratch behind his ear. And that rot begins to kind of travel from that place, mixing with like the ashes that Zielle is making him burn into, and that is going to be 16 damage.
He's all yours, Dahlia.
Yes!
Let's go.
Success. Let's go! I don't think Dahlia's killed anything in this campaign yet. I'm very, very, I'm just delighted.
Back to back.
Back to back. She just scratches him twice behind his ear and pulls her hand back as he starts to kind of crumble and like rot and burn. And it's this like horrific, he's like wailing. It's like terrible whining sounds like of a wounded animal. And then there is no more sound.
As that rot starts at the behind the ear, as you give him a little scratch for being such a good boy, it begins to fully take over his face, this necrotic energy. And as it does so, he starts to revert to his human form in his dying moments. Face peeking out from the cheek up to his eye. And finally that snout reverts back. As his jaw, you can see the cheekbones are fully rotted away. You can see all of the back of his teeth. As he just says, Mother Night wouldn't do this. As he falls to the ground. We are fully out of initiative. All you hear from up top, you were right. You were right. And for today, that is going to be a wrap for tonight's
That was so fun.
That was sick.
That was good.
Combat.
Oh my god.
Somebody catch me. I'm jumping out the window.
Oh, I got you. Enzo's there. I'm there. I got you.
Did I take the most damage out of everybody and it was all from falling?
all self-inflicted, yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for listening. I'm excited. We got
was
a
fun.
cheeky little combat that did not go how I planned. We'll see you in 2 weeks to yap with Rudolph a little more and see what these kiddos get up to, because I never know. All right. Peace out, y'all.
Peace
Later.
out.
Bye.
Bye.
How you feel about them pigs now?